Hey guys, my name is Kate Hensley. I'm going to talk about my personal information and some of my goals. Some personal information. I teach at USD 481 Rural Vista. There's two schools in Rural Vista. I am at Hope Schools. They're both Hope and White City are K through 12 buildings each on their own, and I am at Hope, as I said previously. I'm the K through 12 PE teacher and weights coach. I have K through 9 PE, and then the rest of the high school I teach weights. I'm also the athletic director. I've been doing that for a year now, going on second year. I'm the girls' high school basketball coach, and I'm the assistant football coach. I'm married, and I have two daughters. One's going to be a fifth grader, and one's still not in preschool yet. Some of my educational background. Graduated from Waubonsie High School in Elma, Kansas in 2006. From there, I actually went to K-State for a couple of years. And then I ended up transferring to Emporia State, and I graduated from Emporia State in 2012 with my teaching degree. As I said before, I've been teaching and coaching in Hope for 7 years now. Okay, some of my personal goals, first through 5 years here. I'd like to become a school administrator, which I kind of already have with my athletic director position. But I'd kind of like to become athletic director / assistant principal. Seems a lot of schools are going to that. Being an assistant principal, I think, would give me a lot of good experience working right next to the head principal. Continue to grow my family. Work on becoming debt-free. All the schooling and stuff. And obviously with kids, it's tough, but I'd like to become debt-free. And then continue living in a healthy lifestyle, become healthy, and be able to be there for my family and my kids. 6 through 10 years, continue as a building administrator, hopefully as a head principal by that time, possibly look in the beginning of my superintendent education, and then obviously continue to tackle debt and living a healthy lifestyle. Beyond 10 years, hopefully by then I'm an experienced administrator, hopefully with a couple years of experience at least. Finishing up my superintendent school, if that's something that I've looked into and really wanted to do, and then possibly becoming a superintendent. And then again, continue, hopefully by this time I can be debt-free and healthy. So my professional goals, kind of talked about them a little bit earlier. The first 5 years, obviously, getting an administration position, such as athletic director, which pretty much did for the last year. Hopefully I can get it again this year. Schools talking about making some changes in different places, so we'll see. Looking at the prospects of being a building principal. That is one of the changes of school is making a change at, and there's possibility I could become head principal. I'm not too sure about that right now. Start requirements to be a superintendent. Look into that, see what the possibilities are, what it takes, how many hours, and stuff like that. And then continue growing as a building administrator and athletic director, assistant principal, whichever. Next 6 to 10 years, I would like to complete my education requirements for superintendent's license, and then obviously be a successful building principal. Beyond 10 years, looking at the prospects of becoming a superintendent and possibly already being one, find a superintendent job, and then hopefully be able to retire at some point after having a successful career in education. Kind of why I chose Fort Hays. Obviously the cost was kind of cheaper than anywhere else I could find. Some of my coworkers took a few classes from Fort Hays, and a couple of them actually graduated from Fort Hays with their masters, and they recommended the program. And obviously from those coworkers I heard good things about Fort Hays. My initial expectations of the program, I was excited to jump into learning the admin side of things for schools, kind of how it works and all the ins and outs of how schools work. I was very anxious for online classes, as these were my first ones that I've taken. I've never taken an online class before, and I feel like I guess I'm a pro at it after all the classes I've taken. And the laws and regulation, especially school law, really intrigued me. Like I said, I like to get to know all the ins and outs, all the schools, and how they work. And school law was very interesting to me. So that's kind of my background and goals. Thanks for everything.